Well, how's the game or foot?
Feels good. Feels good. Yeah, ready to go. Yeah.
Just not practicing, just precautionary. Coach said it was so sore.
I mean, it's still sore. Walked through today, so really not practice in general. So, yeah, well, feeling good.
You're planning on playing?
Yes. I will be playing. Planning on playing.
What do you see from the Eagles defense when you watch them?
Well, they got a lot of studs on that side. Their front. They get after the quarterback. They've got two of the best linebackers in the game. Corner that's a shutdown corner. They rotate well. Got a safety from Wyoming that's a stud. So they got a lot of dogs on that side of the ball, and we got to make sure we have a good week of game planning. And ultimately, it's going to come down to who executes better on Sunday.
Josh, how's your relationship with Connor McGovern formed over these last couple of years with him at center?
Yeah, I love Connor. I feel like I say this about a lot of my teammates, but he's one of my favorite humans on this planet. The stuff that he's battled throughout the last couple of years, he's toughed out a lot of things that nobody even really knows, and got so much respect for him as a football player and as a person, and he's one of the good ones.
That transition fairly seamless, which maybe isn't as easy as he's made it look. What do you think's allowed him to do that?
Well, I think he's a student of the game. He's extremely smart. He's very talented, obviously, and I think just again the way that he plays with the love of his teammates. That makes sense. The love of his teammates. You can see that out there, and you can feel it, and it's infectious the way that he carries himself, and how he's always riding for his teammates.
Josh, how cool is it what Phillip Rivers is doing in Indy, coming back at his age, wearing number 17?
It's really cool. I didn't know what to expect, obviously, when he came back, but it's really awesome. Just the way that he's gone back out there, and he was deciphering that defense extremely well, and making some plays for his team, and it was inspiring to watch.
Clinching, I know we talked about this earlier, but I mean, and coaches talked about this. Clinching a 7th straight playoff berth and a 6th straight season with 11 wins, or something, 5th straight season. What does that mean to you or to this team, I guess? Not everybody has a chance to do that, and you guys have been have sustained that success.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that I put it in terms is, to win the lottery, you got to buy a ticket. To win a Super Bowl, you got to make the playoffs. Getting into the playoffs is our ticket. Now, what we do with that is up to us, and going out there and executing each and every week. And obviously, you want to go into the playoffs playing as well as you can, and obviously there's still a chance for us to win the division, and obviously we need help doing that. But at the end of the day, we want to come out and take it one game at a time, and still have that backs against the wall mentality, and try to play our best football going into it.
Different the last couple of weeks in terms of your guys' performance and production on the road as compared to earlier this season?
Ball security. Not putting ourselves in bad situations.
Always finding the holes. From your perspective, what's that like to watch year after year?
It's so fun. You become a fan because there's really nothing you can do once he skirts past you a few yards, because I'm not catching him. And typically the defenses aren't either. So it's fun to kind of hand it off, turn around, put my hands up in the air, and just kind of watch him go to work. And he's having a fantastic year for us, and super glad he's on our team.
Valuable has he been to this team?
Extremely valuable. He makes our offense go, and it's not just in the run game, it's in the pass game too. And I think you watch him as a teammate, how selfless he is, and one of the first ones to celebrate Ty Johnson when he gets in the end zone. All he cares about is team success, and I think that's a secret to why, again, he's having so much success, because he's not really driven by that. He's driven by winning football games and helping this team win.
Grow too as a leader for this team.
Yeah, I think his personality, being able to let it out, and smile and have fun, and like I said earlier, just being the teammate that he is. People feel that, and it's been fun to see him evolve as a player, as a person. And again, can't stress enough how thankful we are to have him.
2 weeks to go, he leads the NFL in rushing. What would it mean, considering everything that he went through in the offseason, ramping up to the year? What would it mean to get him that title?
Mean a lot. And then maybe no OTAs for anybody, Just get everyone fresh legs, and no, I'm kidding. No, it'd be awesome. Again, just we understood what that was before the season, and again, glad he was able to free that part of himself up, and now he's going out there and he's just playing football, and it's fun to watch.
You think he's underpaid?
I mean, if you look at it, probably, yeah. But, he's, like I said, all he cares about winning football games right now, and it's pretty awesome.
A couple missed connections in the first couple of games with Brandon, but the explosiveness obviously there. Does it feel like you guys are continuing to kind of build that here over the last couple of weeks?
Absolutely, and we've been really close over the last couple of games, and we're going to continue to work hard and getting on the same page and righting that ship. And when there are opportunities moving forward, we have supreme faith that we're going to make those.
The league has a funny way of going through cycles of offensive trends, defensive trends. A couple of years ago, it was all spread everybody out, especially this offense. Spread everybody out. Now you're doing a lot more under center, 3 tight ends, play action than maybe you've done more so in your career. Can you just kind of share the evolution of, I guess, just they aren't new trends in terms of football schematics, but they're maybe new to this offense and new to things that you haven't always leaned on in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to be a part of, just the cycles of like you said, football evolution. And when guys on defense get really fast and side-to-side speed, the offenses typically get some bigger bodies and start going a little more downhill. And then when defense try to combat that, they get bigger guys inside, and then you want to spread them out. So it's just, again, just figuring out ways to win football games and to be successful offense, and trusting our offensive staff of finding new ways to new ways, right? They're all old ways, but new ways for us to be a good offense and doing what it takes to win football games. So at this point, it's whatever it takes to win.
Has it dawned on you that we're approaching the final, what could be the final 2 games at Corral for Highmark Stadium?
Yeah, it's really cool. I haven't really thought about it, and hopefully, there's still a fighting chance that we get some more games there. So that's what we're not focused on that, but again, we're going to take it one game at a time.
Can you reflect on what it's like to be in that stadium?
Yeah, obviously a lot of love, a lot of energy. You can feel it in there when you play, and excited for obviously the new stadium and hopefully the no wind in there. That'll be really fun. But I'm going to enjoy these last 2 here, and know that it's pretty fun time for our fans and ourselves to be in the stadium.